Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and the craft/dining room. Today I'm not showing you my face in the beginning because I have a raging eye infection and just don't feel that's appropriate for my channel. That said, I have a very cute card project to share with you today. It's simple, it's holiday themed, and let's not waste any time and get into it, shall we? So here's a look at the supplies that I am using today. You know how sometimes you can overthink a holiday card? Well, when I saw this sweet Christmas stamp from My Favorite Things, the little bits of layering in there, the simple Santa, I kind of thought I have a fun idea. There is a coordinating die that you can purchase, let's see here, to cut out little Santa and his things. And I also grabbed this little itty bitty holiday Christmas greeting set because I think these are all very cute and they're very small. And even though this has a sweet Christmas, right? I might use that on the inside, but I want to use one of the bitty greetings. I'm only going to use 3 inks today. I've got a little bit of red. This is Pucker from Simon Says Stamp, Celery from Simon Says Stamp, and some black ink. But I'm also going to try to work in this bad boy. I'm kind of obsessed with 3D embossing folders, and I just felt like this folder felt very holiday-like. So I'm going to make a panel to keep all of my, well, to house my little Santa. For cardstock today, I'm using a couple pieces of Neenah Solar White Classic Crest, and for my embossing, I'm going to use a piece of the 80 pound just because I find sometimes you get better results with lighter cardstock. And I've already trimmed this down to be, 3 3/4 by 5 inches. All right, those are the basics. Let's get started. I have an idea today. I don't often use double misties. I don't double misty it up, but today I am because I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to have to stamp Santa twice because I want to start with the black outline. And I'm going to stamp him twice, okay? But I'm going to leave him in the misty so that if I come back to this and need to do one more black over the top, which I may or may not, I'll have it in place. So here's what we'll do. Picking it up, reposition that paper in the smaller misty. This is the first misty I ever had. I've had this, since 2017. And I try to stick just with one size. I think they're hard to find right now. I think with a lot of things that require production, right? I'm rubbing my hand just to prep the stamp a little bit to get the coating that comes from manufacturing. There are many ways to do this. I just use the good old cells, my epithelial cells. I'm going to ink this up with black ink. Let's give it a nice coating. Right, make sure that's in the corner, bring it down, and press with my Debbie tool. This little tool, does it save my wrists? Yes, it does. All right, open that up. And I think I will stamp it one more time. Again, you got the Misty tool. If you have one, that's the genius, is as long as your paper's still in the corner and hasn't moved, you stamp it again. All right. Now, just for fun and to always have the backup, you need a goose to your Maverick. I don't know why I say that. I really am not a big Top Gun fan, I promise. But I'm going to make 2. Because I probably could have made 4 on here, but you know what I like to say, spare the rod, spoil the cardstock. That makes absolutely no sense as well. I don't guarantee that things will make sense, but hopefully on my channel, you'll have some fun. Okay. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave this friend right here in the misty, meaning this guy. We're leaving it here. You do not need to do this. This is just me experimenting because I'm unsure of how this is all going to shake out. But the beautiful thing is, magnets everywhere. Once I have this in place now here, I'm going to be able to do the fill and flip. Okay, we are in the corner. Kind of love sometimes just stamping. You're just stamping. I mean, I probably will do a little embossing. I kind of love this because this is just stamping and I can line up. Let's see, where's Santa's legs? Did I get that in a good spot? His hat? Now I don't know how. I should see this when it's all, well, you know what? I don't think it has to be perfect. I am more concerned with his hat being lined up. Oh, I see. See that? Hat, arm, and then at the bottom, mind my head here. If this comes outside a little bit, it's fine, right? Because then it's just going to be whimsical. Let's pick that up and see. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I'm not too worried that this is perfect. I am not necessarily about perfection, but I am about doing this. Rubbing Santa's clothes. Let's grab this gorgeous red ink called Pucker. Like that. Oh, got a little on the side. No big deal. Let's see what that looks like. And press. Oh my gosh. It's just so minimal and cute. Oh my gosh. Seriously. You know what? That stamps so beautifully. We're not gonna worry about a thing. We're flipping. We're inking. Yeah, see, this is a great way to get a couple at a time. Plus this red, so good. Oh, I love it. All right, now let's see how that turned out. That looks amazing. We are gonna just wipe this little friend off. This is the kind of stamp set, I think, that you can really get behind for mass producing, right? And I know there are some of you out there who do have the multiple MISTI thing, although the way this is looking, you don't need to double stamp it. And it's fine that I'm a little off in his legs because this stamp is all about whimsy and charm. And now let's get out the next red element, which are his candy canes. See that, the little details? And let's see, I don't know. This is going to be a little tricky for me to line up, but again, even if it's not perfect, how about that? I was pretty close. And again, you're going for the whimsy, not the, I don't know what rhymes with whimsy. But here, let's just see how it looks. I bet it's adorable. Give it a little press, pick it up, and oh gosh, that is so cute. Look at that. Look at, you just added detail to your candy canes. Oh. Friends, that's what we call nailing the landing. Okay, I'm going to do this on this side, like this. Oh, it's so stinking cute. And press. All right. So now, that one was a little off. I'm not sure why, but I'm going for it. The last piece to layer in, balls. Christmas balls. Get something into position, and if your fingers are kind of sticking, you can use the tip of a pencil. Actually, that looks pretty good, right? I think maybe a little bit up. Let's see. I'm going to pop this down. I'm just going to pick that up and look through it. You know what? I think that's good. Now, here's the fun. I'm going to use what has become my new favorite green, celery, part of the Pawsitively saturated inks. I'm just going to tell you, can't wait to get more of these because I feel like these are the inks I've been waiting for. You know how they say I've been waiting for an ink like you to come into my life? This is a beauty. All right, let's see how that looks. Oh, it's so cute. It's very, very light. I'm going to stamp it twice because I just wanted a little detail. Nothing too crazy. I wonder if that is too light though. No, I think that's so sweet. Although I'm just going to try Limelicious. Although I think I'm going to go with that because I liked the idea of it being lighter. You don't have to add much to these little delicate friends. All right, stamp that in. I mean, you know what? That does give me more detail. How sweet is that? I now have two Santas. They look like they've been, block printed, right? Like the, I don't know if that's the right term. Is it block printing? I should know this as a graphic designer, and I don't. Let me grab the dies, and we'll cut out Santa. So I've got my die taped into place for little Santa, Santa number 1. And I'll just decide which one I cut best. Or, oh my goodness, I could make a tag too. Oh, Cathy. Oh, that's squeaky. I apologize for that. Crack. Crack. Sorry. Maybe I could get some WD-40 in there. You know what I mean? Let's pop you out. Oh, that is so stinking cute. All right, let me cut out the other one as well. I'll get the die lined up, and I'll do that off camera. So while my machine is out, I'm going to take both plates off. I am going to use my 3D embossing folder. And this is a sandwich that I use now. Oh, look at that. I have ink. Can I wipe that off? Oh, the mayonnaise. Come on. Sorry about that. Okay, we're good. I learned this sandwich from watching Jennifer McGuire, and this is for my Platinum 6 with the Simon 3D embossing folders. You're going to take a metal shim, take the plates out, a piece of cardstock for a little extra pressure. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open this up, and I've got my distress sprayer. It's very yellow, but the water's clean. I'm going to just spray a little mist off camera right onto this cardstock. Just a couple sprays to keep it light. And all that's going to do is it's just going to help with paper not cracking. So I'll put this right in here, and let's put this in, and let's run it through. That should give me enough pressure. Oh gosh, that squeak, I'm so sorry. To emboss this pattern, which I think looks very snowflake-like. So when it comes out, right, you have that and you have that. And I think, I mean, I could be wrong, but I think that's really cute to have as a background for Santa. So I'm going to set this aside, and let's move on to creating a little sub-sentiment for the card. I think this green cardstock is going to look very cute for a sub-sentiment. You could do black and white too. That would be very nice. I'm going to just do a few. Then you have a couple, you know, good to go. I'm going to do Merry Christmas. I think I want to do You Made the Nice List, because I think that is really cute. So let's take that one off. Made the nice list. Everyone wants to make the nice list. I think I'll make the nice list this year. So pick these up. And again, just doing some extras, right? So that, you know, if you get one that looks better than the other, then it kind of dictates your card order. You know what I mean? Or your card choices. All right. Let's take our embossing magic. Just kind of add some powder here to remove all static and oil. And I'm going to ink up right now with my Versamark pad, because this pad is the one I've been using for the last week anyway. It's very juicy. Ink that up. And because these are bitty sentiments, I don't want to press too hard. I am going to use my Misty just to add a little pressure, but I'm not pressing too hard because I feel like those biddies, you just don't want to give them too much love. You know what I mean? So I'm going to use some white powder on this. I'll grab my Simon Says Stamp Fine Detail White Powder. It's kind of my go-to white of late. Sprinkle that on. Let's let it sit for a second and tap it off. That looks pretty good. Yeah, do one more sprinkle. Sometimes I do the double just because if I tap too hard, then I get too much off. And I don't want to get too much off. I want to get just the right amount off. So also, I'm going to use one of my new brushes. I'm going to show you these. I'm going to be showing these for a stretch of videos because they are both angled shaders. And angled shaders are fantastic for brushing away powder where you don't want it to be, but it's not a floppy bristle, right? They kind of hold their shape, and it's really nice for getting in close. So Simon Says Stamp is now adding 2 of these brushes. These are the Zen Royal and Langnickel line. All right, let's heat up off camera here. I got my heat tool warming up off to the side, and then we'll melt the powder. All right. And I just do a little on the back to help with warping. So I think what I'll do is I will grab my dies that cut out my labels. And let me tell you, this is the secret weapon, right? This sentiment label set. Because my favorite one of all is the smallest one. So I'll go ahead and line these up. Takes all the guesswork out of trimming sub-sentiments, and I'll cut these out off camera. So as I'm looking at this, I don't love the break that I did, right? So I think what I'm going to do, and you might think, Cathy, don't do that. Well, no, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut this down a little. I kind of want this to be 3.5. So I think what I will do is just bring it over. And if I cut it over here, I think, did I just do a terrible job on that? I think I did. Let's stand up. All right. 3.5, and if I do 3.5, I have a little chart here from Christina Werner. I love this thing, and I'm going to link to her video. 3.5 by 4 3/4. I use her chart so often. So let's go 4 like that. Just take a little off there and flip it. Take a little off there. Sometimes I will do that. That way, when I have that pattern, I think it just looks a little better. Now, I also need to trim down my greetings, and this is how I trim them down. I just pop the guide right there and cut. Flip it like that. Don't worry, I get my fingers out of the way, but I line it up on the outermost letter, hold down the paper, and cut. So I'll go ahead and cut the other two out. Then we'll fold our card base and start building this card. So let's make our card base here. This will be top folding USA 2. So we're going to score it here 5.5, right? And I've already decided, as soon as I looked at my greetings, I realized because of the simplicity, I need to go with the smallest greetings. So I'm going to give this a good press. There's our card, and this is what we're going to do. Look how cute that is. Oh my gosh. I felt like these were just a little long. Not necessarily though, but I'm all in on this little, oh, that embossing folder is so good. All right, take the backers off, and I'm just going to offset this a little from the mat so I can completely see. It's kind of hard sometimes for me to see white on white, but see that nice, generous cardstock surrounding the embossing? Oh, this is so cool. Like the texture alone is just so holiday-esque, right? Love it. Now, let's pop you here for now so we know what we're doing. I've got foam squares on the back of both, and these are actually the thicker foam squares, not the thin ones. I tend to use the thin a lot, but for this little friend, I wanted to use the thicker. Oh my goodness, I love this so much. Okay, so we're going to start with Santa. I'm not going to do much on, I could put foam squares behind his candy canes, but honestly, I'm really okay not doing it, right? Oh, there we go. Just doing this for a little bit of wiggle time. And actually, I'm holding him in a bad place. Let's try that. Okay. So that when I place this down, right, I want it to be in the center. I want his feet to be centered, and his candy canes and his ornaments. Oh my gosh. That is seriously, it's just so cute. You know, this is a very clean and simple card, right? Yes, there's a few steps, but you know what? You could batch produce these, right? You could just go, do all your backgrounds, stamp all your Santas, put all these together. And oh my gosh, I think this would make such a sweet, simple card for the holidays. All right, we're bringing this in because I know I'm not straight. Oh, maybe I am. Look at that. Better than I thought. That's lined up. Oh my goodness, look at that. And honestly, you don't need anything else on this. I think I'm going to grab a little shine, shall we? I'm going to add the most subtle bit of shine with my favorite. Oh, is this the Pretty Pink Posh? Okay, this is the Pretty Pink Posh Sparkling Clear. I'm going to pick this up and just go, that's a little guy. Oh, well, I guess we need more than that. Boop. Oh, wrong way. A little bit because of the texture. Do a bigger one here and boop, tuck it just a little. Come over here. Boop. I forgot about the clucking. Ooh, there was an extra piece in there. And pick that up and a tiny bit. Oh, that's a little much, but it'll dry clear. Boop. That is so fun. Oh my goodness. And that is the finished card with just a tiny bit of shine. Oh gosh. I think, you know how sometimes you just make a card and you see it in your mind? That is this card. This is what I had hoped would happen. And of course, somewhere here in the mess, I have another Santa that I could also turn into a coordinating tag. I'm not going to do that for this video, but again, I just wanted to show you this today. I hope this inspires you. This set is so simple. The price point is great. And I will have all of the links for this project below the video in the information box. So I hope to see you with my shining face as soon as this eye clears up. Oh, it's always something. But at the end of the day, we have a cute card. Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit the gray bell below the video so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a couple other videos that you might be interested in watching. Thanks so much and have a great day.